Tune in to Overcomers TV on your favorite app or streaming platform. It's time to overcome.
I first met Rochunga Pudaiti in Wheaton, Illinois in 1969, and we began working together in 1970 January. And it's been one of the great friendships that I've had in my lifetime. Ro was just a fantastic individual that gave his all for Jesus. I had just started a consulting firm and had moved to Wheaton, Illinois, and I heard about Ro and the work that he was doing. It was called Partnership Mission at that time, and I was excited because I had a great interest in the world of Christendom. My sister was a missionary in Africa for 40 years, but I didn't know very much about India and the work there, especially in Northeast India. So I got to know Ro and Molly, and we developed a friendship and then started working together. And our children played together. John was one of those with my three sons. And so out of that developed the beginnings of Ro had already been operating the partnership mission for a number of years, but we were trying to get it into a new knowledge in the country. And Ro and Molly were a great team in putting that together. I'd say there are two visions. One was with Partnership Mission and serving the people of Northeast India because of Ro's, you already recorded that, but of Ro's trek across part of Northeast India to go to school and then connecting with World Vision, Bob Pierce, and then connecting with Billy Graham up in Scotland and his coming to Wheaton. But I'd say there were two visions. One, the Partnership Mission was dealing with the real issues of life like education and medical and the social ministries in there. Then, in fact, I was with Ro the morning after he got the vision for Bibles for the World. We were meeting that next morning, and he had gotten this vision that God wanted him to get Bibles sent to people that had telephones in India and then in Russia, because it was the people that had telephones weren't being reached because they were the elite of both of these countries. And that started the ministry. I think the latest figure I heard from John Pudaiti was that over 20 million Bibles have been given. And so that vision, now in our new world, we're not only getting the Bibles there, we're getting New Testaments, or we're getting Gospels of John out to the people all over the world in cooperation with other ministries. One of the things I love about the vision of Bibles for the World is working together with others that have the same heart for Jesus, and two are always stronger than one, and a binding of three is not easily broken. And so when I see what's happening with Bibles for the World now, I think they built upon the solid foundation that Ro and Molly started 50 some years ago, and now it's building it in new ways and in new things to reach out and touch a world that needs to hear the gospel and see it in written form. To me, evangelism is the sharing of the gospel. And if they don't have the gospel, if they don't see who Jesus really is and that he is the Savior of the world, that he is the Messiah, they have to see, to get to know Jesus. Our preaching of the word is very important, and that's why cooperation with groups like Luis Palau's organization and others is very important, Franklin Graham or whoever. But it is the written word that stays there after they have gone. So when I hear that in Mali they have the written word, we know that that can continue to bear fruit. And so evangelism to me is earning the right to be heard so that people hear the real story of Jesus, not some fanciful thing, but who Jesus really was, that he was the Son of God and part of the triune Godhead, and that he came to earth to save sinners like us, no matter where we are in the world. And so with the leadership now of John and the staff, I have full confidence, even though it's been 52 years since I had that first, because I trusted Roe and Molly explicitly. They earned the right to be heard, and John is doing the same thing right now. Walking alongside of other believers, that as they begin to walk, I have 9 grandchildren, and when they were taking their first steps, they'd fall down and they needed help in getting up. And discipleship, to me, means that we're just walking alongside of others. We're not trying to control them, we're trying to encourage them in their walk with Jesus. And so as we walk with them, we grow. I've been a Christian for over 75 years now, but I still have so much to learn. And so as these new converts come, they need to have the written word. They need to have people around them that can help them in their walk. But the discipleship is not complicated. But it is hard work, walking alongside of somebody who may be hurting and may just have their first encounter with Jesus. And what's exciting for me is to see the young people now that are growing up in the faith, and are they taking the lead and doing ministry in new ways that we never thought of 50, 60 years ago in seminary. And so what you're trying to do through television with these tapes, that's another medium that can reach out to people that the churches never have a chance to touch with them. So you have a ministry of discipleship. Bibles for the World has a part of the discipleship as well as in the proclamation. There's lots of ways to get involved with Bibles for the World. First of all, learn all you can about them. Check them out. There are a lot of religious organizations that come at you for your money, but it's important for you to check out. Make sure that those organizations are really vital and doing what they say they're doing. And having had this association with Bibles for the World for over 50 years now, I've checked the books. I've checked, are they really doing what they say? And when we started a group called the Evangelical Council for Financial Accountability to help organizations do it well, Bibles for the World was one of the first groups that became a part of that. So they're trustworthy. You can get involved with them by giving money. You can involve with them by learning more about not just what they are doing, but who are they working with, and to see the openness of that. And of course the prayer. We think that prayer is the easiest thing to do, but it's not. It's hard work too. And Bibles for the World, as they're going into countries like China or to Ukraine or wherever they're going into, they need the prayer support of God's people all across this country and around the world. So I can vouch for what I know about them, and I've just recently joined the board because I believe in John and Lon, and I believe in what the ministry is doing. They're not the best known of all the Christian organizations, but they are doing a work that very few others are doing, and so I applaud them.
So they say pray, give, and go. Talk about the go. Some people are called to go, some people are called to support those that are going.
Well, I understand there's some involvement here in the States with a program in Loving the Cities of the U.S., and there's personal involvement that can be done in those programs. So they should just write to Bibles for the World or email or text, and find out in their community, are there ways that they can get involved with the distribution of the Word. Well, my life is a little different now than it was, as I have traveled and served in ministries since 1960, 62. I'm still enjoying working with younger CEOs and younger people that are working in the ministry. I used to be a strong participant. Now I see my role as a cheerleader for those that have walked the faith and are doing effective work. Sometimes working in Christian organizations can be lonely, can be frustrating, can be difficult, and so I see myself as an encourager now to walk alongside of people that have committed themselves. Because just because you're in Christian work doesn't mean that everything is going to be easy or going to go well. And I want to be there when the tough times come, that they have a listening voice or listening ear, that they can just express what's happening in their lives.
That's good.
Well, I guess I would just ask the people that are watching this, check it out. Pray for them. Volunteer where you can. Give money. It will be used well for this organization and for the kingdom. And keep following it. And send letters of encouragement back to the team here at the headquarters for Bibles for the World. I remember when we had children's choirs and the impact that made. And now with COVID and other things, it's become impossible for that kind of a outreach. But when I think of the hospital in Northeast India and the work that place is doing and the seminary that's going on and the high school and the grade school, all of those programs, we seem so far away, but yet with modern technology, we can be right there in the midst of them with what they're doing. So I'd say when the mail comes and there's stories in there, read the stories and then respond back to Bibles for the World.
Celebrate what Jesus is doing throughout the nation and rise up to answer his call on your life. To serve the poor, heal the broken, free the captives, and bring joy to those in need. Find hope, encouragement, and motivation through Overcomers TV. This inspiring network features everyday people and ministries across America who are putting God's love in action. Tune in to Overcomers TV on your favorite app or streaming platform. It's time to overcome.